dance. It is the first thing that also goes with the logo too, like a logo of a girl
I
with
see
curves.
some bad logos out there. Like,
so it's your logo, your branding, it's everything. You judged on that. You judged on it.
Yeah, of course.
When people say don't judge a book by its cover, you're judging those people.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Jeff London, DJ Jason Smith.
Here come the bang.
When the sun goes down, the music turns up. A whole new world opens up behind the velvet rope. Join us as we take you behind the scenes of the nightlife world.
Are you ready?
DJ Jason Smith, Jeff London. I'm the promoter, he's the DJ podcast, live from Boston, Massachusetts.
You good?
yeah, I almost fell out the chair for a second.
Nice.
These chords are everywhere, man.
Episode 9.
Episode 9. What's going on, Jeff? I heard you had a nice trip this week.
I did. Great time in New York.
I love that. I love hearing that.
Yeah, it was back alive. It was good. Went to that Cause show. Cause was unbelievable.
Last time I was at the Brooklyn Museum, that is, right?
Yeah, Brooklyn Museum.
So,
super dope.
Yeah, you guys should if all my New Yorkers, if you were in New York, you're visiting New York, make sure you go to the Brooklyn Museum. They have a beautiful Cause exhibit. I personally haven't been able to see it yet. Jeff has.
It was awesome.
Last time I was there, I went to a beautiful Basquiat exhibit they had there where they actually took his notebooks and dissected them. Wow. And you'd walk through like a glass, it would be in a glass case, and they'd have each page laid out. That's and you could see like every page out of the fucking notebook. It was awesome, dude. It was really cool. Awesome. And they had and then I went to Murakami Takashi, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Takashi Murakami.
Yeah, I went to his thing over at Brooklyn Museum too. They always have some really great things. They also do like a party they used to pre-COVID where they'd have like an event every Friday.
That's dope.
And it was really dope. They'd always have great DJs and stuff. Guggenheim used to do that too.
Oh, nice.
I think Holotronics, Diplo's little crew used to do it every once in a while. And they used to have like, who else? Rich Medina used to do it. And like that really cool. Like,
right.
And for the Guggenheim to do something like that, it's kind of like, it's cool. They only did it every once in a while. Yeah, man.
Nice.
That's awesome, bro.
We got a question of the week.
Yeah, what's the question of the week this week, Jeff?
All right, it's both parts, actually.
Cool.
One's for you, one's for me. All right, we'll start for this. Branding.
Yeah.
Having a DJ name versus using your real name. The benefits and non-benefits of both.
Well, in episode 1, we discussed how you asked me a question if I had another DJ name.
Right, besides Jason Smith.
Jason Smith. And it first started out, I forgot to tell you this, it was J-Rock.
Woo.
Shout out my guy J-Rock in Vegas too, man. He got a big promotion over at the Virgin Hotels.
I just saw that
That's
today.
Amazing.
Yeah, on Instagram.
Congratulations, Jay.
Yeah.
So it was J-Rock, and then everybody was breaking my balls. They're like, you can't give yourself your DJ nickname, you know what I mean? So then it became my cousin Slim gave me J Boogie, and then we had DJ J Boogie, and then we just dropped the J and went DJ Boogie, and then it was Boogie forever. And then it's really important because that's how you establish yourself, and that's how you keep yourself separated from other guys. Mm-hmm. So the reason why I changed my name from DJ Boogie to Jason Smith was because only house DJs use their official names.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it would be like Jonathan Peters or Eric Murillo or like Cedric Gervais. Only house dudes use their real government names, and no hip-hop DJs ever use their real names because of the culture thing. So, being on the cutting edge and stuff, and I was with Mood Swing at the time. Shout out Johnny Maroney and Ricky Greenstein for sure. Johnny wanted to rebrand my DJ and stuff, and he was like, let's go with your real name, Jason Smith. People won't even think it's real. It sounds so fake. So we changed all the branding. Johnny came up with that, and I was cool with it. And then to go along with that, we came up with who the fuck is Jason Smith? Mm-hmm. We had T-shirts made that had my face on it, said who the fuck is Jason Smith? And it was a play off of, I think, Richard from the Rolling Stones. What was his name? The guitar player from the Rolling Stones.
Oh, you're killing me right now.
Oh, shit. Somebody Google that. So the Rolling Stones had a joke back in the day where I think the guitar player, what the hell's his name? Richard fucking, I should know this. I read his book. I'm so bad at this game. So anyways, he wore a shirt that said...
Jesse might have it.
Is it Keith Richards?
Keith Richards, yeah.
How did I not know that?
I know, that was so bad on both of us.
Bad. Wow.
So Keith Richards wore a shirt that said...
That's terrible.
So bad. We should be fired.
Yeah.
Don't ever listen to us again.
You're hired. You're fired.
So he wore a shirt, who the fuck is Keith Richards? So it was a play off that and a play off my thing. And one of the funny stories I have from that era was I remember picking up a check or going to get paid after a gig one time, and dude's like, hey, so who do I write this check out to? And I go, Jason Smith. He goes, oh, I thought it was like a fake alias or something. And it was pretty funny.
Actually, a lot of people say that because my last name's London. So yeah, a lot of people
you
say
told me a
what's
really dope story about that off air. So branding is important because that's how you like mark your territory. That, you know, I've seen a lot of DJs with some really not great names.
Because they get excluded from gigs, right?
It can. Here's a perfect example. I remember back in the day, Homicide was with Scam when they first started, and he was getting, you know, it was like Vice and Homicide and like, who else was it? Just that whole clique.
AM, everybody. Well,
No,
AM was
AM
on
was-
Scam. I was on Scam, but yeah.
I think it was Rock the Con. All those guys came out as like the first Scam guys. And I remember hearing that Sujit had a hard time getting Homicide dates, especially in Vegas.
So they wouldn't put it. Shout out to my boy Craig. They wouldn't put his name, he said, on the marquees at the nightclub, so he changed it over to Craig Anthony. Yeah.
Yeah. Which sounds like a really like pop star.
And that's not it. And I also made a mistake one time. I booked him a flight and I put it to Craig Anthony.
And that wasn't his real name either.
Well, it's Craig, but
his last name.
Yeah, we'll admit his last name. I won't say his last name,
funny,
but yeah.
So what happened? He couldn't get on the flight.
It was a debacle.
Oh, that's the worst when
yeah.
you don't get the name right on plane tickets.
Oh, yeah.
So branding is important. To go back, I'm sorry we were drifting off a little bit, or I was, is because it just you need to establish yourself. I know, you know, DJs that have really bad DJ names and they could really kill it and they won't get booked. It's
Right.
Your branding is your marketing. It's the first thing people are going to see before they hear their music or see what you look like.
Absolutely.
So your DJ name is very important. So the second part of this question is for you. I hope that I answer that. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Branding for a promotional company, what goes into that name as far as a promotional company? Because that is almost as important or more important than the DJ name for sure.
Yeah, I think it's very true. I think it's the same kind of basis. I mean, you don't want Pepsi's not going to hire like Killer Productions, you know,
To do like their special event or something.
But you also don't want to, you know, you box yourself in by your name as well as branding.
Yeah, I never want to get pigeonholed for sure.
So you
yeah.
don't want to get pigeonholed. I mean, you can think of so many different groups and, you know, have these ridiculous names because it's the word of the year, you know, the buzzword of the year.
Yeah, you really
but
like
that's not longevity. You can't have like I won't say names, but
it's just exactly
you box yourself in. So you have to find a name that
timeless.
That is timeless. You have to find a name that makes sense, that you'd be able to do a proposal to Pepsi, but do a proposal to the hottest club in the city, help out with wedding, you have to, but it's tough. I mean but it is the first glance. It is the first thing that also goes with the logo too, like a logo of a girl
I
with
see
curves.
some bad
Yeah,
logos
yeah.
out there. Like,
So it's your logo, your branding, it's everything. You judged on that. You judged on it.
Yeah, of course.
When people say don't
Unfortunate.
judge a book by its cover, you're judging those people.
there's no going around that. That's the first thing that's going to be judged for sure. Speaking upon what you did, I think 617 was a great brand that you created with your partners because it was so timeless and it represented the area that you were in and nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, and the logo changed 1 or 2 times, and it was
But that's cool. The logo's gonna change. My logo changed a few times
and it was,
too.
And it was I mean, it could fit into anything, and that was a good basis on that.
The only logo that really hasn't changed is like Coca-Cola because it's always been pretty signature as far as the like the cursive or whatever.
The font,
Old English font. Would you think? Nah, I don't even think that's Old English.
That's not Old English font.
Whatever, man. Oh, we got story time. Let's go, Jeff.
Story time.
Gather around, kids. It's story time with Uncle Jeff. The names have been left out to protect the guilty.
Now, here's a little story I got to tell.
All right. We got the story this week.
Okay, Jeff. What's the story this week, brother?
The Masked Dancer.
Isn't that new TV show?
Yeah, there's Masked Singer, and then there's the Masked Dancer.
Oh my
but
God,
this was
it's
the
so
original
funny.
Masked Dancer.
Oh, Masked Singer is the funniest thing. They're like, "Whoa, who's that? Jay-Z?" And then they like reveal themselves, and it's always like a C-list celebrity that has nothing going on. Like they hype it up so bad, like it's ridiculous. So let's go.
All right. October 30th, Sunday night. So Sunday nights for many years and years at Club Gear.
Club Gear.
Cure.
Oh, Cure. I'm sorry.
We would have, after a Patriots game, not only the fans, but the Patriots as well. And it was almost every Sunday, except if they were on the West Coast and a late game, they wouldn't come in. But every Sunday, a lot of the team would come in.
That's like a historic party, though, for a long time.
For
right?
years.
It's the only party that I've been to in Boston besides the ones that I worked.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never been to a nightclub in Boston except for Cure.
So the owner of the Patriots would pay for them to
cool.
get an Uber, party bus, limo, whatever, so that, no drinking and driving, which is awesome.
That's amazing.
So, but they'd usually come in groups, so they come in a bus and limo, whatever it was. So we just kind of shuffle the guys in, get them seated. They sometimes come with family, sometimes without. So this is after a game in October. A couple of them come dressed up in Halloween costumes.
It's Halloween Eve.
It was around there. It might have been like the day before, a couple days
Or the
before.
weekend. It's Halloween.
Yeah,
Let's
whatever.
just say it's Halloween.
I mean, in
weekend.
nightclub
Yeah.
life, Halloween lasts for about a week.
It does.
So,
It's a moneymaker right there.
Yeah. A couple of the guys come in with masks on, costumes on. I shuffle these guys in. One guy had a Scream mask on. And bring him down to the VIP. Usually they just hang in their own section. They don't even go near the dance floor because they get mobbed or they like to be.
It's just a lot. It's a lot.
It's
Yeah.
intense. Well, the next thing I know, I see the Scream mask just dancing on the dance floor, like nonstop. I was like, well, maybe he's just like he's a big guy, but maybe he's just like a friend. A lot of the family members of the big guys are still big guys.
Oh, yeah. It's in their blood.
Yeah.
For sure.
This guy nonstop dance floor, dancing all night. I was just laughing. I didn't know, who this guy was. At the end of the night, he comes over to get a drink,
Yeah.
rips off the mask, takes a drink, and it was a very, very prominent star of the Patriots. And he looked at me and he goes, "I've never had so much fun dancing in my life." He's like, "I could never do this any other time." And he's like, "I just was on the dance floor for 2 hours straight."
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
and
good,
when he ripped off his mask and I saw who it was pretty amazing. And that was the time we had the Masked Dancer.
Oh, that's awesome, bro. It must have been like, what a surprise, dude.
Gather around, kids. It's story time with Uncle Jeff. The names have been left out to protect the guilty.
Now, here's a little story I got to tell.
Now, again, we have another interview this week. Jeff, who are we interviewing this week, my friend?
We got two people from
Two.
I would say possibly the greatest place in the world, Club 11 in Miami. If you don't know, it's a nightclub that is 24 hours,
Restaurant.
strip club,
Oh, strip club? I would have never known that.
a
Just kidding.
place where it hosts the top celebrities, and the party does not stop.
24 hours of straight. You could get lost in there.
You can get lost in
The
there.
headline and DJ doesn't even go on until like 3:30 in the morning.
That's pretty crazy. I've come out when the sun has been going up. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. So, without further ado,
Yeah,
let's
man.
get into this interview.
Let's go.
Love in Miami is an entertainment venue like no other. This
Yeah, man.
24-hour ultra club has it all. Top performers, DJs, outstanding food and drinks, private VIP rooms, 5-star service staff. Now, we got Adam Gould, who's been there for 11 years, since 2013. He's a director down there. Among many of his jobs that he has on a nightly basis. Before Miami, he was in Vegas for many years, a Framingham, Mass native.
There you go.
There we are. An amazing guy that I've had the pleasure of knowing. Welcome, Adam Gould.
Thank you. I'm
What's
glad
up,
to be
man?
here, Jeff.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
And next we have a Boston legend who has just moved down.
Okay.
One of my great friends. And he's now a host down at 11. Who has shaken me down before he knew me at the door when I was a DJ.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was walking as a DJ to the club and he
Yeah,
shook
yeah.
me down because of my outfit. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, we welcome.
There's always one of those guys.
We welcome the legend,
All
Michael
right.
Winter.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Wait,
Thank you very much. But who shows up to a club in cargo pants and a hemp necklace? You know, what I mean, to DJ at the top Euro club wearing sneakers when that was all frowned
Yeah,
upon.
those, yeah.
He's creating his own lane, that's for sure.
all you have to do is just say that you were a trendsetter. Because look, fast forward 20 years later, look at the trend now. That's what everybody's looking at.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He was ahead of his time.
Yeah, so the first question is going to Adam. So when you first were in Vegas and you heard about the concept of 11, did you believe in the idea or did you think they were completely out of their mind?
No, you know what? So that's a great question. The truth of the matter is that I've always kept up in contact with, the Miami scene. This is, as I'm sure you guys know, this is my second Miami tour. So I'm back down here now a good 8 years, and Miami's changed drastically. But the one thing that I knew, and let's go back to Vegas for a minute. When you guys know that we had Late Night Empire Ballroom. It was the number one after hours club in Vegas since the inception of Dre's. Dre's was, it had a great, I think it was at the time, 9-year run before we opened Empire.
Wow.
And when we opened Empire, it wasn't that we wanted to become Dre's competition. It was that we wanted to give Vegas something new. It was time for a breath of fresh air in the after-hour market. So a lot of the same applied here in Miami. When the idea was pitched, and I heard the concept and so on, I knew that Miami was a little bit stale, right? And I knew that Miami needed that quote unquote breath of fresh air.
It's true.
So with the team that was put together at the time that it was going to be outrolled, it was something that I understood. I think Miami, I was prepared for the warm and welcoming breath of fresh air that Miami actually ended up giving us. We didn't know that it was gonna be this well received,
Right?
But we had an idea that it was gonna do some damage, and we had the best marketing team behind us. The overall team that was the original team was phenomenal, and I was a true believer from even before we opened the doors.
Wow. Well, I appreciate that. That's,
Yeah,
I mean, it's,
I remember when the concept was being talked about, and then to see it come to fruition,
yeah.
it was just like, wow! It was way more than I pictured in my head. So you guys just did a wonderful job, because I think I used to go there when it was Gold. What was it? Gold.
Gold Rush.
Gold Rush. Yeah, after space.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah. It was so. But the truth of the matter is that I think exactly what you just said. I think 11 is a lot more than any one of us really knew it was going to go into. You know, we had the idea, you know, truthfully, in the beginning, we thought we were going to be a lot more cabaret heavy. You know, we thought that it was going to be an extremely upscale cabaret based element where the nightclub and the after hour scene and all that was just going to be secondary.
Yeah.
But, you know, Miami needing, like I said, that breath of fresh air, so to speak. You know, it ended up going in a different direction, and we just went with the flow.
And it just went organically, right?
It was crazy. It's crazy.
It's amazing.
None of us expected it to turn into what it is today, and it's just incredible.
And I'm glad it did, because I definitely enjoy going there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is something that was needed fresh. Everything gets stale, and you are right. You know, it just took it to another level. And we had Steve Eichner on here last week, and he's one of the head photographers for the Limelight. And I was saying to him, the first time I went to the Limelight, I felt transformed, like I was on another planet. And I haven't had that feeling in a long time, and that's exactly how I felt when I went to 11. I was just, the grandiose of it was just like so much, man. Right. It was like I felt like I was in a different place, and that's what people want in nightlife. They want those big grandiose moments, and they want to be transformed and taken to the other places. So you guys did a great job doing that, for sure, man.
So
I gotta say, and I'm surprised you even remember it.
So Winter, we being the new guy to 11, but the OG as a host. What's the difference level of host down there? Because we know up here you were the OG, you were the door guy. Yeah.
You know, first and foremost, like I remember Adam calling me 8 years ago and, you know, telling me about this concept that he was going to move to, and asking me as a favor to take around Dennis DeGore, Gino. And it was the first time that Gino met Zach and Rob, who are like the directors in various positions. And, you know, I remember hearing about what they were doing, and this was even before they broke ground, and they were just out there conceptualizing ideas and stuff. And I'll tell you, like, Adam will tell you, for the first month that I got down here, even before really thinking about joining the team, I started just staying with Adam for the night, rather than being a customer and sitting at a table and being a degenerate like I have many times in 11. It was a shock for me to see even how much work Adam did, and the respect that I gained seeing the intricate parts in this. And then going in here, and then, you know, them finally saying, okay, we want to bring you on, and, you know, then going through interviewing processes, and then now to where I'm sitting here, like, you know, I got a 250-page manual. Like, this is like,
that's real
like,
deal.
this is
like corporate America.
This is as corporate as, you know, you can
is Adam reading it to you at night?
Yeah.
Bedtime stories.
With me.
Yeah.
I love the Winter late night voice and how he looks up at me at the end of the night. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, you know, and I'll tell you guys, it's like, until you actually experience working in this, you know, format, you know, there's your way, there's their way, and then there's the 11 way. And that's what I'm saying, is their way is so well put together through trials and tribulations of absolutely the best customer service I've ever seen. You asked the level of hosts, and there's pretty much 6 levels of hosts. They've everywhere from the runners to the wranglers to the expediters to the junior host to the senior host to the leaders and to the directors. And every one of them are doing a specific, intricate job to make sure that the customer's experience is beyond anything that they've had. I mean, I look at it like the Disneyland of the nightclubs out there, because there's so many different elements going on. You could have a mariachi band going on in one corner. You could have a contortionist in another corner. I mean, parades. I mean, there is a manager of parades. That's all they do is parades. There's so much going on to make sure that this machine has all the working parts. I mean, and there's women that come in there, they don't know that the cabaret is going on behind the scenes. They never even knew that you could sit there and talk to an independent professional entertainer and go into a private room or in a wheel room for $5,000.
Right.
It is a machine like nothing that I've ever experienced. And real quickly, the only way I can put this is the stress that we feel on New Year's Eve, everything building up to New Year's Eve, that is there every night of the week.
That's
but
amazing.
Then it doesn't stop after 4 hours of craziness. It goes another 8 more hours.
Yeah. I think creating
I
those.
don't even know how Adam's still alive. It's crazy.
Creating those experiences is like so important, not only in our business, and I think recently it's taken a step back, unfortunately, but creating those experiences, they keep people there all night long and to keep people coming back every week, because you don't know what to expect, and that is so important in our business. So with that being said, why do you guys think that 11's formula works so well and it can't be duplicated right now?
I'm gonna take this for a second. I think I could go into a whole nother hour on just this topic alone, but a vast majority of my training with my staff entails the level of guest services and the difference between. First of all, to me, it's about understanding the difference between a customer and a guest, right? Because that in itself, it deciphers how that guest is being serviced. To me, a customer is the guy that walks up to the deli counter in a grocery store, pulls the ticket, waits in line, turn and burn, right? Gets a sliced ham and takes a walk. Next. The guest is somebody that you invite into your living room, you invite into your home, you want them to stay as long as possible. You want to outroll every single bit of hospitality that you possibly can, just to make sure that they are as comfortable and warm and welcoming and just just home, that beautiful. Welcome home. That's a big difference. So when we get our employees to start really grasping the difference between the guest and the customer, and know that we are strictly 100% based around our guests, then they start to understand, and they'll put themselves in that grocery store. They'll put themselves at that line pulling a ticket, and then they'll put themselves at their favorite restaurant, and they'll know the difference, right? So when you explain to them that it's the utmost importance of taking a first-time guest and turning them to a lifetime guest, just based on the interaction that you're going to have with these guests alone, they want to come back again and again and again. And I think that, it's not a secret formula. It's just making sure that everybody truly does feel like they're fucking important.
Right.
Am I allowed to swear on this?
Yeah.
You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Swear, dude.
So, it stems from, and I got to give Dennis DeGore, the owner and the creator, a lot of credit, because he put together the team. Most of Dennis, the owner, most of the partners, and even the operators, we all moved out from Las Vegas. And as you guys are well aware, Vegas is one street, really, Las Vegas Boulevard. Las Vegas Boulevard is one street of pure competition, right? Yep. Every single hotel is in competition with every single hotel, whether it's up the street, across the street, next door to you, whatever. And not just across the street and next door, the competition lays within the hotel itself, because so many hotels and casinos have now brought in God knows how many different nightlife or entertainment venues on one property. So now each single entertainment venue inside that one property has to compete with the other one just across the hall. So how do you get good at driving traffic through your door? When you work in Las Vegas, especially as long as I have or even longer, you start to learn a few things, and especially about marketing and advertising, guest services. All of it is just it kind of it conjoins with each other. And when you overcome the concept that when you get it, when you just you study it, you work it, you put you grind, and then it clicks and you get it. You understand how all of it kind of conjoins together. You know how to treat your guests. You know how to go out and get those guests to drive through, your front doors to begin with.
Right.
And you realize the concept of there's no better business than tomorrow business. Anybody can walk through the doors today.
Yeah,
very
exactly.
true.
Getting them to come back tomorrow,
Again,
that's an art.
Yes.
And the art of making somebody feel at home, it's hard. Now you take 350 employees and try to get them all driving to the same goal.
Yeah.
That's tough.
That's a lot.
I gotta give Dennis DeGory a big shout out to that because he's made 350 employees over the past, how long, just get it. He made everybody get it, and it works.
Now, do you think that's what separates Miami nightlife from Vegas?
No, I think Vegas is a lot different than Miami in the regard of Vegas doesn't have the grassroots that Miami has. Mm-hmm. Miami has a lot of locals that live here and have lived here since they're kids. Vegas doesn't have that rooted generational type, residents. So the people that live in Las Vegas, they're transient themselves. Here in Miami, it's a lot more warm. It's a lot more homey, if that makes any sense.
Right.
So the people that are working in the clubs or the establishments or anywhere really, this is their home. And they treat people a little bit differently than they do in Vegas because Vegas isn't their home.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So to me, it's the people really that make Miami a little bit different than Vegas. Now, Vegas, don't get me wrong, Vegas is still number one as far as I'm concerned in guest services. But I think it's because, everybody knows that the jobs that you get in Vegas, especially inside the hotel and casinos, they're most of them are union jobs. Mm-hmm. And the people that work in the nightlife industry, the entertainment industry, they don't want to fuck that up.
Right.
So they'll do anything that they can to go above and beyond. But the actual, this is my home type feeling, the employees don't have that in Vegas. And I think that's a big difference. When you come down to Florida, it's a lot more relaxed and chill than it is anywhere else, right? Aside from California, but they're just fucking lazy people over there. Yeah. Well, but here in Miami, it's a homey type feel, and there's a reason why it's not just the water, and it's not just the serenity of being by the water. It's the people, and the people actually make you feel like you're at home because it really is their home. It was their grandparents' home, So the way that they treat the people that are coming in here spending money, it's just a different mentality.
Beautiful.
That's great.
Fantastic, Adam. Now that the 20 minutes are over.
So how did
I mean, I might be taking up a lot of time, but you guys are getting what I'm saying.
No, it's beautiful. This is great, man. I love hearing all this, man, for sure. It's a lot that we've said previously. It's customer service is everything, man. And I'm a DJ, so I try to do the same thing. I want people, I can't play the same set every week or I'm not going to have new people coming in. I have to create new experiences every single week. So with that being said, how do the DJ shifts work down there at 11?
How do the DJ what?
Shifts work. Do you have like one guy on for like 10 hours or?
No, every night's different, so outside of COVID, we are 24 hours. Right now, we're ramping to get back up to 24 hours, but we're at limited space, limited operating hours. But the daytime shifts are scheduled. But the nighttime shifts, it really depends on who we're having as an artist, as a guest DJ.
Yeah.
That deciphers on how the DJ shift is gonna work for the most part. Some DJs are coming in only for a 2-hour set, some are coming in for a 4-hour set, and then the residents will kick back on. They'll open, they'll close. It just depends on, and it also depends on the DJ himself. If we get a guest DJ that's coming in here and he's only scheduled for a 2-hour set, but he's feeling it, sometimes he'll go 3-4 hours.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll push it back. But, we've had some very, very good luck at finding some amazing resident DJs. And I got to give them all a shout out because, outside of the celebrity DJs or the guest DJs that we have, even on a bi-monthly or monthly resident basis. The actual resident DJs that are there, 3 or 4 times a week, they keep the crowd coming back for more.
That's awesome.
That's why you have to make experiences in the DJs too. We have to do it just as much as you guys do, man.
Listen,
sure.
The DJ is the one, you can have, it's a collaboration of an entire team, but the DJ is the one that really formats the feel, the vibe.
Yeah,
I remember when, and I don't want to turn into that old guy, and yes, I dyed my fucking hair to get rid of my hair, but I remember when I first started clubbing, and it was actually down here in West Palm Beach. It was, I actually started off as a DJ at an underage after-hour club.
Sick.
On Okeechobee Boulevard at Military Trail called Serenity. I'll never forget it. And it was sick. But I remember starting to understand the difference between what am I going to do with my life? Am I going to be the behind-the-desk 9-to-5 guy? Or am I going to do something that's going to make me happy? And excuse me 1 second. So I decided that, I started feeling that I just loved being in the energy.
That energy, yeah.
And I didn't even know what it really was back then.
Right.
But I knew that I was looking around. And I knew that going through these front doors, even before I started getting, these little gigs here and there, I knew that going in through these front doors, and I looked at, and back then it was, the party scene. It was Kimball Collins. It was DJ Icy. It was
Icy.
It was Rabbit in the Moon. It was all these.
Oh, that was
these
crazy.
just huge households, right?
Yeah.
And the vibe that
So
all these
underground.
people were feeling where it was just unbelievable to know that you could hang with your homies, and all of you guys, no matter what your likes or dislikes are, your homies are feeling the same vibe that you're feeling, and you're just going out to have a good time.
Right.
It wasn't about what it is today. It was back then. It really was about, and I'm going to be honest. It was really about taking a pill, or 10. It was about tripping and rolling and going out and just dancing. I was probably the biggest retard that you'd ever see on the dance floor, but I was out on that dance floor every fucking night, and I thought I was crushing it. I thought I was killing it.
That's amazing.
And it was because you were with your homies and you were feeling the vibe that the DJ was creating.
Right.
And I think the same still exists today. I think that the DJ still has the same mentality.
At the right places, it does. Yeah.
It does. It's a lot of ego has kicked in.
Yeah.
And you got to look back at even Sasha and Digweed, or even Sasha before Digweed, even Paul Oakenfold and all this. It was really back then when house music really started becoming commercial. To me, it was a lot less ego and more about the music. Where today I can't really say the same thing.
Right.
You're totally correct. Yeah, man.
So Winter, being the new guy down there, one of the most popular clubs in the world, and everybody's going to be coming down there, and you're going to be out there as the host. Let's set it straight. What's the best time to get in there? What's the best table?
Again,
What's the best host to know?
Obviously, I would suggest to anybody from Boston, get the Boston mentality out of your head. You're not going to get the BOGO. You're not going to get a deal on the table just because you know me or you know somebody over there. The best thing for you to do is, if you want to come down here and you don't think that you're going to get a table, go on the 11 website, 11miami.com, and go pre-buy a ticket and come early. Again, it's not about me. This animal is way different.
Right.
I've never come into 11 as just a customer. I was always with my friends buying a table, just like I do in Vegas. I don't even drink. Don't be cheap. You're on vacation. Get yourself a table. And if you don't, and you're going to get a ticket, get yourself, especially on a big night. I mean, with some of the acts that they have coming up in the next couple weekends, Swale, DJ Drama, Rick Ross, Diplo.
Wow, that's crazy.
I mean, they're going hard. And I have everybody like, I'm coming to Miami to see you. And you saw my post. Dude, you haven't called me in a year.
Yeah. You haven't even checked in on me. Yeah,
like, Winter, I can't wait to see you at the club.
Best friends all over again.
Here, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm not being, this isn't arrogant or pompous. I have to take a seat back because I see the head hosts not comping anybody. And these guys are, they're like, sorry, I can't comp you. You know what? You're getting a table for $7,500. Only 60 of you guys are getting tickets. It's very space it's all based upon
Right.
space and occupancy.
And it's unfortunately there's not much space and occupancy going on right now because we have to social
And
distance.
again, like,
yeah.
listen, I feel terrible about about Boston. I mean, it breaks my heart seeing everybody making the posts, and big ups to Big Night for constantly stepping, getting in the forefront of where's the plan, and Buddy Costa and the Canes, where's the plan? Like I commend you guys, and I was there sitting there 6 months ago listening to them, and I said, fuck it, I'm not gonna be another person waiting for the plan. I needed to make a plan for myself and go get the hell out of Boston because there is no plan,
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
It's COVID has really taken a toll, as you guys know, on everybody. And my biggest suggestion to anybody in Boston that's going to be opening their doors sooner or slowly opening their doors, do it the right way. It's you still got to remember that people have to feel like you care.
Right.
People have to feel like they're safe.
Oh, yeah,
you
totally.
actually, you're looking out for their better interest overall, not just making a buck.
Absolutely.
And if you do it the right way, then I think you're going to have the longevity that everybody's looking for.
100%. Yeah.
So who's the favorite? Go ahead.
And one more thing is that, listen, I Jeff, you read my post. These places haven't made money in a year. These hospitality workers, especially even in Florida, where their unemployment was probably half of what Massachusetts was getting. Dude, they need to eat, and if they're back,
sure.
and don't expect all these favors from people that haven't worked in a year. Listen, I haven't worked in a year, and coming back to just getting boom, like working 12 hours a night, it's crazy. And then, you feel bad when you see people that obviously you'll try to get them like a line privilege or something, but other than that, you can't really go past that, So if you come there looking for me, just ask for Adam Gould.
So who's the favorite host at 11?
Oh, because you were talking
I'm
about
gonna be-
No, because Adam was talking about DJs. So, Adam, maybe you can tell us your favorite DJ and your favorite host to have there. That hosts 11.
You mean celebrity host? Or you
Celebrity
talking
host.
about-
Sorry. Yeah.
Listen, man, you can't put me in that seat.
All right.
The truth of the matter is that everybody who has come, whether I like their style or not,
Right.
they've brought a certain element to Vegas, to 11. And the thing that I always try to stay fresh on is that, you can't go stale.
Yep.
So if I like it or I don't like it, if it's driving business through the front doors
Doesn't
and it's
matter,
something that's there's a little flavor for everybody, then God bless them, because they did their part, and it's you can come to the same spot. You can come to 11 Miami 7 days a week, 365, and you're going to get a different feel on a different night every night.
That's the
never
way it
gonna
should
get
be.
stale.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's amazing.
So honestly, how do you say who the favorite is? I mean, there's been
Right.
some amazing artists that have come through here, amazing hosts that have come through there. I got to say, the one guy that truly consistently just brings it every time, the energy, the vibe, the feel, the love, is DJ Irie.
He's the nicest guy.
This
He's
guy,
the sweetest
he
dude.
this is one of those guys that he knows a million people, truly.
Yeah.
But he's the type of guy that will sit there and just remember your first name.
He will.
And every time you see him, yo, what's up, Adam? And the big hug and the kiss and whatever.
Sweetheart.
Not really the kiss with the tongue, but the regular kiss. And he's just that warm. He's convivial. He's just welcome. He's never too busy to make you feel important.
That's great.
And that's huge.
He's the best.
Go find that. Again, we go back to the ego. A lot of people have egos. Do you know who I am? This, whatever. He doesn't give a fuck. He's just down. He rolls up his sleeves. He says hello to everybody, shakes everybody's hands, and he creates the vibe. Whether he's behind the decks or in front of the decks, he's just amazing to be at. And I've gotten to know him pretty well outside of work, and he's just truly just a genuine guy.
Good.
That's great.
He's got his hands in everything. He has a lot of nonprofits, and he helps with the kids, and he does a lot of fundraising. He's very active within the city of Miami itself. He's just awesome. So I can't say that he's a favorite. I gotta say that he's definitely up there when it comes to just overall.
No, just somebody you enjoy having there. That's the way I think.
And he's DJing there Friday night.
Yeah, I saw that actually.
Is.
So every week on this show, we have a game that we play with our guests, and it's called This or That. So we're going to ask you a question, both of you, the same question, and then you're going to pick Is it this or that? So we'll start it off with Jeff. Go ahead, Jeff.
Night shift or early morning shift?
You asking me or what?
Both.
Both of you guys.
I'd say early morning shift. And when I'm talking early morning, I'm talking 4 p.m. past. 4 a.m. past, right?
Got it. Yeah.
You get to see like Jeff will come in at 12 o'clock midnight, and then he'll come in at 4 o'clock in the morning. He's a different motherfucker.
Yeah, totally.
I'm all about the different guy.
I like that. Winter?
I concur.
Oh, I love it.
I absolutely concur with Adam.
I love it.
So we know that 11 is one of the first nightclubs to take Bitcoin. So do you guys enjoy Bitcoin or cash better?
Listen, I'm old school. I love tangible. If I can fold it and put it in my fucking pocket, it's still my favorite.
Put it in your shoe, yeah.
I gotta say that it's exciting learning about Bitcoin and any cryptocurrency platform that I'm sure we're gonna be growing into.
It's amazing,
It's exciting. It is amazing, but I'm still skeptical. I still like the shit that folds.
Yeah,
I definitely nothing better than a fucking crisp fucking $100 bill.
No, yeah.
That's all you're getting at that front door.
It's amazing.
All right, Boston spring, Miami winter.
Wow. Listen, you can't get full belly clams down here anywhere, bro. I cannot go to Tony's on fucking Walston Beach down here. So I would say Boston. Spring, summer.
Spring, summer. Okay. Spring, summer. All right. So
yeah.
Winter?
Yeah.
Well, dude, I'm gonna have to, because I've been in there my whole life. I'm just gonna have to say Florida winters. I do. I down here again. It's always grass is always greener on the other side. I've had my fill of fucking clam bellies and roast beef 3-ways, and I'm down here smashing fucking empanadas.
Yeah, man.
Manchego
awesome.
cheese, and I have flan dripping off my beard.
The Cuban coffee. Dude.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna stick with the Boston thing, and the best beef that I've ever had is with his mom's beef.
That's funny, Adam. This is the longest you've ever lasted. 20 minutes on the show.
So I see you both work out. Is it an early morning workout or is it an afternoon workout?
Adam doesn't work out. He's going to the gym right now. No, it's been always early mornings for me, but now it's whenever I can get in it, because I haven't got adapted yet. And when I get home at 9 o'clock in the morning, I fall face first into anywhere that I can, the couch. It's terrible. Like I can't. Usually it's the evening now before work.
Amazing.
By the way, congratulations, Jeff. You look like you lost a lot of weight.
I love
he
that.
looks good, man. He's doing it, man.
He's
really
not
is.
standing up and showing everybody that he's lost a lot of weight.
All right, this one's for Adam. Pizza or Knishes?
You're gonna. I'll show you my notes right now. It's funny you say that. In my notes are restaurant concepts, and I came up with this concept called the Crazy Knish.
Oh yes.
And the Crazy Knish is gonna be knishes from every different walk of life.
Sounds
you're gonna
amazing.
have the pizza knish. You're gonna have the Stromboli knish. You're gonna have the Thanksgiving dinner knish. You're gonna have the Greek knish.
Dude.
So if you can marry if a fucking slice of pizza and a knish could fuck,
that's what's up, man.
That's what's up.
We got one more. Go ahead.
Is that you want me to answer that?
No. I got one for you. I got one
he's got
for
a
you.
special one for you.
All right, ready, Winter? $1 million or unlimited Reese's cups?
Fuck. Well, dude, I love Reese's cups, but I mean, at some point, I always get sick of them after a little while.
Wow.
Like people, like the 1-pounders. I mean, I'm sorry, dude. I mean, you're now asking me to say $1 million. I love Reese's. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm taking $1 million. Bro.
Did you guys see, Jeff, were you there for Winter's, I think it was his 40th birthday?
The Reese's cake?
The Reese's
20
cake.
years ago?
It was like I think it was the mixture between a Reese's cake and a human centipede. Where 2 girls or 3 girls were eating each other's ass. One was
Sick.
It's the movie. Yeah.
I don't know what. That was your 40th birthday, right?
No, that was my 35th. It was over. Yeah, 35th.
All right.
That was honestly, that was probably the best birthday cake I've ever seen. It was fucking amazing.
Sounds pretty amazing for sure.
All right, with the last one, we're wrapping this one up. It's the easy one. Sleeves and no sleeves.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh man, guys, want to thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah,
it was awesome, man.
Thank you, guys.
Always good seeing your faces as well. So thank you guys so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yes, thanks for your time.
Thank you for having us, man. This was awesome. You guys are a lot of fun. You guys are awesome.
Thanks.
And I hope to see you guys doing $100 at the door to cut the line.
Got it.
Folded $100 bill. Let's go. Thanks, guys,
Sammy.
man.
Once again, we want to thank Adam Gould and Michael Winter. Great interview.
Yeah,
thank you guys.
Thanks,
I appreciate
man.
it.
That was awesome, dude.
All right. What we can do?
Oh, it's that time of day. Let's go. Now, we do it every week. There's enough crappy news out there trying to bring everybody down here. I'm the promoter. He's the DJ. We do things a little different because we don't like to do things that everybody else does. So we bring to you positive news of the week. The PNN Network.
PNN.
Let's go.
All right. The city that never sleeps has awoken after a year of sleep. I just got back from New York. New York City is alive. Traffic was back. The streets were filled. Museums were busy. Restaurants, indoor and outdoor, were amazing. Each restaurant now has their own huts outside of their own restaurant.
Yeah, I tried to get a reservation a couple of weeks ago, and it was called a yurt. They asked me to make a reservation for a yurt. And not only that, but the reservation was from 3 months from now, and it was a $250 per person deposit. So... like, how do you make plans to go out to a yurt in 3 months from now?
I called it a hut, but a yurt is way better. Yeah.
That's how fancy this place was. I was trying to go to dinner.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't fuck around, man.
These yurts had TVs in them, all the amenities, heaters.
I know they're nicer than the restaurant. Yeah. Some of them.
And it was a nice weekend, so the weather was nice. So these were. I actually got reservations inside the restaurants, but I couldn't get it in the yurt. But it was so nice to see the city back alive when so many people have said it was dead.
I actually went to STK the next weekend that they finally opened indoor dining, and that place was bananas. Yeah. So because of the restrictions of having to, social distance, they had 3 floors going at the same time. Usually STK is just 1 floor.
Right.
They were using their banquet space upstairs and their private dining rooms upstairs, and they were using the old 10 June spot downstairs. And we got to go downstairs to 10 June, where I was a resident at for a while, and I haven't seen that place in about 8 years. And it brought back, and it's not changed. It's been sitting there dormant for 8 years. Everything in 10 June, when I left 8 years ago, whenever it was they closed down, is still exactly the same.
That's crazy.
It brought back so many memories.
Have you ever had a steak in 10 June before that night?
No, but I had a mean hookup, man. My guy Steven.
Oh, nice.
He used to let me, every night that I would play, he would take me upstairs to eat, and I would just dope. STK's sauce is one of my favorite steak sauces. But Peter Luger's steak sauce is better. But it's a different. Peter Luger's is a totally different experience.
I didn't go to Peter Luger's yet.
And I used to just be able to get whatever I wanted at STK, and it was pretty amazing.
That's pretty awesome. It was so nice to see the city alive, because
I bet
I've just seen pictures and
you went to a museum too. Yeah, dude.
It was good. It felt. Except for the mask part, it felt normal again, and to feel normal is awesome.
It's awesome feeling. Awesome. Yeah, that's my home, man. I appreciate everything in Boston, but New York, that's my wife. That's my home.
Yeah, So that's a positive news. It was a positive weekend. It was an awesome weekend.
Awesome, dude.
The weather's getting better.
Yeah, I could feel it. We got some big things coming. We got some good news about one of our properties in Connecticut. We got an official opening date.
May 19th?
May 20th. Which one is it, Jesse?
Stay tuned.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that weekend and around there. Well, the date is May 15th that they could open back up, right? 19th, yeah. So around that time.
New merch coming out, too. We got some T-shirts coming out.
Oh,
so
yeah,
look
we
for the
got some
T-shirts.
new merch. Yeah, man. Make sure you check out the new merch we have. We've been getting a lot of feedback. A lot of stuff looks amazing.
BigNightShop.com.
BigNightShop.com. Shout out Big Night crew, everybody putting everything together, for hosting us, for having us and allowing us to talk shit on the radio and podcasts and YouTube for 30 to 40 minutes and you guys all, listening to us bullshit.
So find us. I'm the promoter. He's the DJ. Get those questions in, the weekly questions. Thank you again for always doing that. You can find Jason Smith at...
Jason's... I'm doing it on purpose now. Yo, you can always find me at Jason Smith Music on Instagram and Jeff London at
Jeff London _.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Jeff London, DJ Jason Smith.
Here come the bang.
When the sun goes down, the music turns up.